It's Bob from MTG Realm. I am here with my good friend John. John, introduce yourself, please.
Well, my name is John. I'm coming to you today to talk about the new Commander decks.
Where can we find you at?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've started a new Commander-based blog, talk about deck strategies, deck building, card selection, that kind of stuff. You can find it at commandtower.tk, or if you are on Tumblr, you can just do a Tumblr search for Command Tower, all one word. Awesome,
and MTG Realm as well. It's on the Blogger as well as Tumblr. And of course, you're probably looking at this on YouTube right now. Anyways, I'm a standard guy. What we have here is a subject matter expert in John. He loves the alternate formats. He loves Plane Chase. He loves Commander. And that's what we're here for today. Commander, John has all 5 of them. Here is all 5. Many Bothans died to bring John these Commander decks right here. And we've got them all. We're going to talk about the Commander decks. Just recently released in November the 1st?
November 1st, yeah.
November the 1st of this year, 2013. There are 5. They're tricolored, representing the old shards of Alera. We've got Bant, which is white, green, blue. Esper, which is blue, white, black.
Yep.
Grixis, which is blue, black, blue, red.
That's correct.
Jund, and I used to play Jund way back then as well. It's red, black, green, and Nea, which is green, red, white. Pre-constructed right out of the package.
Yeah.
Again, it's Commander or EDH.
Tuned perfectly to play right out of the package. 100-card singleton decks. They come with the 3 oversized commanders in foil.
As we see here, yeah.
And just ready to go, ready to get you started. Good jumping off point for building your own Commander deck.
It's brilliant. Anyways, we are going to have a look at all 5 of them. And we are back again. We are looking at Commander 2013. This one here, we're looking at Mind Seize. It is blue, black, and red. Our box, 100 singleton deck. We've got the strategy guide as well as the learn to play guide. What do we have here, John? Here is our 3 commanders.
Yeah, Grixis colors. One of my favorite out of the shards, first of all. Always liked this color combination.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 that we've got, the first is Jeleva. She is the flagship commander for this deck. Jeleva is a very, very interesting commander.
I absolutely love the art from Cynthia Shepard.
Very, very cool. When she enters the battlefield, each player exiles the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast her, including the command tax. So including the 2 mana you spend if she goes to the command zone and comes back.
That's a lot of mill.
And whenever she attacks, not deals damage, attacking, you cast one of the instant or sorcery cards exiled with her without paying its mana cost.
That's brilliant.
So whether it be from your deck, your opponent's deck, whatever you need, you cast it for free whenever she attacks.
So now they'll actually, if you did go ahead and exile something, they'll probably have to keep a separate pile of cards that it was exiled with Jeleva.
The way I've seen it being done is people usually take the cards that are available for her to be cast, the instants and sorceries, and put them directly under her on the field.
That's smart.
So they say, if there's, say, a Rite of Replication underneath her, they know that they can cast the Rite of Replication off of her. Which is very nice because Rite of Replication has a kicker cost. And you can pay the kicker cost when you're doing this because you're casting the spell.
Brilliant.
So definitely a card to look into getting your hands on if you're building her.
Nice Grixis General Vampire Wizard. Love it. Very nice. What's up next?
Thraximundar is our second guy. He is returning from the Alara block. Love the art on him.
Oh, yeah.
My personal favorite out of the 3, I think. Whenever he attacks, defending player sacrifices a creature, which is pretty good by itself.
Yep.
Whenever any player sacrifices a creature for any reason, put a +1/+1 counter on him.
Wow, imagine.
So he's already a 6/6.
If you're running a Devour deck That's going to really hurt you, especially if you see this guy across the field, eh?
He's already a 6'6".
Yeah.
Which is already pretty big. He's got haste. He can start swinging right away.
Yep.
But you're instantaneously putting counters on him for any time that things are sacrificed, which is really, really good for him.
You know what? The first thing I'm thinking about is, do we have access to some sort of trample effect under blue, black, or red?
I think that we do. Trample is in red fairly frequently.
No, right, yeah, no, okay, yep.
Black also gets Intimidate.
Yeah, there we
Which
go.
is worth looking at there.
Think about that, kids. Yeah.
Finally here, this is our third guy here. This is Nekusar the Mind Flayer.
And a new one, right?
He is brand new for this set.
Yep.
Zombie Wizard. Nice little bit of flavor with him. He is a dead king that chose to sacrifice himself to gain even more power.
Oh, wow.
So at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card, but whenever an opponent draws a card, he deals a damage to them.
Yep.
So
that's a lot of nibble
gaining
there, potentially.
Whenever, for any reason, their regular draw, the extra draw that he's getting, any other card effects on the field from, say, like a Howling Mine or anything like that.
Yeah. Forced, there's like Jace.
Forced Fruition, that's a good one.
Was that it? Yeah.
That's the one. That's draw 7 cards.
Yeah. There you go.
Ow.
Yeah, that would really hurt with this. And yeah, you know what? You're forcing your opponent to go ahead and draw 7 cards. That's 7 damage right there. Honestly, eh?
Yep, definitely.
Very nice. Well, okay. 100 card singleton decks. Out of the 100 cards, typically, how much land would we run? I know it varies a lot.
I tend to go about 36.
Right.
And about 6 cards that tap for mana but aren't lands. So things like Soul Ring, Chromatic Lantern, those kinds of cards.
And there's staples out there.
They're really good, really strong.
Now, what about these?
Well, we've been looking at these for every video, but they're definitely worth mentioning. Command Tower is back. Always good to include in any 3-color or any multicolor commander deck, really.
Right.
And Opal Palace, I think Opal Palace this is probably, of the decks that we've looked at so far, this might be the best implementation of this card.
Okay.
Because Thraximundar wants to swing in.
Oh, right.
Thraximundar wants to punch. And when you have a card like that on the field, you're punching with your commander. That's what he does.
Absolutely. Very nice. 3 other cards that we found interesting here, eh?
Well, let's look at them. So first of all, Baleful Force is a very, very interesting card.
That's 8 for a 7/7.
They've completed this cycle that they began a long time ago. This guy right here, each upkeep, yours and any opponent's, you draw a card and lose 1 life.
Wow. Right.
Which, your life is a resource in a deck like this. Card advantage is always good. If you're playing a multiplayer game, you could have 4 more cards in your hand by the time this comes back around to you.
Definitely. That fits in. That fits in.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
I think any one of these cards can benefit from a card like this.
Wonderful. I like that card in this particular build.
Now, here's the card. This is the card that people are probably clicking on this video to see.
People lost their minds when WotC first spoiled that.
This card,
and when we say people, I'm thinking a lot of legacy
vintage players. These are the guys that are after this. This is a really strong card. This is a really strong card.
Nemesis.
True Name Nemesis. 3 mana for a 3/1. Kind of good. Protection from target player. Which means they can't interact with it at all. So if you're playing in a one-on-one game, this is really good. So any of the formats where you can run this, probably worth looking at.
Oh, yeah.
That being said, I kind of feel like this card loses a bit of punch in EDH. Because if you're playing with 4 people on the table, it doesn't matter. Like, 1 guy can't hit you, but the other 3 guys can.
Politics abound. There might be 1 player that you really do want to go ahead and pick.
It's definitely true. Yeah. My personal advice on this guy, he's worth a lot of money.
Oh, there we are.
Trade him in and get more cards.
Oh, yeah, that's always good. You know what? You could really tailor a deck. You know what? This might not be critical in this particular build.
Lots of people are looking for this. I would say he's worth looking at for value versus his effect in this deck.
Don't lose it. Maybe use some card sleeves. I can't believe I'm touching this, actually. No, stop it. Okay, and the last one.
Last card. Back for another round. Cruel Ultimatum.
Oh, yes.
Cruel Ultimatum is back with a nice piece of art. This is the From the Vault 20 art, actually, is being included on this printing of this. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, discards 3 cards, and loses 5 life.
Yeah.
You return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand, draw 3 cards, and gain 5 life. This is a 10-point life swing,
Absolutely.
a 2 creature return card, and like you're killing them. You're destroying them.
2 blue, 3 black, and 2 red. And, you know, that's a bit tough to pull out in Standard. When this was playing Standard, it still got pulled off time and again. But in a Commander build, that's going to happen.
This happens.
Powerful card.
I have a deck that is in these colors, and I've played this card in it, and it's always useful.
Yeah.
This is very much a card that's in the spirit of these 3 colors, and I can't stress enough how good of a card this is in a format like this.
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, you know what? I really like the Mind Seize here, this deck. If you like these colors, you'll definitely want to go ahead and pick this on.
This, in my opinion, is one of the better built of these Commander decks. It's very, very well constructed. All of the cards work together really well. There are some things, like this one wants to kind of have less creatures in it, whereas the Thraximundar probably wants you to build a little bit more to creatures, but very strong, very well built. One of the ones that I think has the easiest time going up against properly constructed Commander decks that people want to play against it.
Yeah. You know what? Good luck getting the Mind Seize deck at MRSP, manufacturer's suggested retail price, if you can't even find them on the shelf. Yeah. Anyways, that was a good
for another one, I think.
Yeah. Go ahead, check out the links below, read some of the articles we have for it, and stay tuned. We're doing all 5 Commander decks.
It's going to be a good time.
It is.